So today, we are diving deep into one of Japan's most terrifying urban legends. But this isn't just some spooky campfire story. This is the tale of a spirit that caused such intense, real-world panic that it literally brought a nation to a standstill.
All right, let's paint a picture. The year is sometime in the 1970s, and Japan is in the middle of this massive economic boom. It's a country that's modernizing at lightning speed, a nation that really thought it had left all the old ghosts and spirits of its past way, way behind. But, as they were about to find out, some spirits really don't like to be forgotten.
And then, all of a sudden, this strange, chilling fear starts to grip the entire country. It starts out as just a whisper, a rumor here and there, but then it grows into this deafening roar. And it all leads to this one totally baffling question. Why were parents suddenly so terrified to let their kids out of their sight?
Well, this fear had a name, Kuchisake onna. And the panic she caused? Oh, it was very, very real.
I mean, the impact was just staggering. This wasn't a movie, this was everyday life. Can you imagine schools sitting empty? Playgrounds just eerily silent? This legend tapped right into the anxieties of a rapidly changing nation, and the result was pure, tangible fear. Parents were so scared that they escorted their kids absolutely everywhere. An entire country was being held hostage by a ghost story.
So, what was everyone so afraid of? What actually happens when you meet the Kuchisake onna? Well, it's this chillingly specific encounter. It's almost like a game with a very deadly set of rules.
It always, and I mean always, begins the same way. A woman, all alone, approaches you on the street. She often goes after kids. Her face is partly hidden by a surgical mask, which, isn't that weird to see in Japan. She steps right in front of you, blocking your way, and then she speaks.
Am I beautiful? That's the question. It sounds so simple, right? Almost innocent. And when you look at her, all you can really see are these beautiful eyes right above the mask. So, what would you say? Most people, especially kids, would probably just instinctively say yes. But that's where the nightmare truly begins. Because that first yes, that doesn't end the encounter. Oh no, that's just the sound of the trap snapping shut. The moment you agree that she's beautiful, she reaches up and slowly pulls down her mask, and underneath isn't a smile, but this gruesome, bloody wound. Her mouth has been carved open from ear to ear, a horrific, permanent grin. She leans in close, her mutilated face just inches from yours, and she asks her question one more time, but now her voice is just dripping with menace. Am I beautiful now?
And here's the thing. There is no right answer. If you're frozen in terror and you manage to say yes again, she pulls out a giant pair of scissors and cuts your own mouth to match her horrific grin. If you scream no, she kills you on the spot with those exact same scissors. It's an absolutely inescapable, brutal choice. You just can't win.
But you have to wonder, right? What kind of unimaginable pain could create such a vengeful, monstrous spirit? Her story doesn't actually begin with horror. It begins with tragedy.
See, in life, the Kuchisake onna was an exceptionally beautiful woman. She was married to a samurai who absolutely adored her. But her greatest pride, the thing she valued above all else, was her own stunning appearance.
And that pride, well, it would be her downfall. Because when her samurai husband returned home from war, he discovered she had been unfaithful. Consumed by this jealous rage, the samurai took his sword and, in one horrific act of revenge, he sliced her mouth open from ear to ear. He destroyed the very beauty she treasured so much. She bled to death from the wound, her life ending in agony and mutilation. And as she lay there dying, her husband spat out one last, cruel question. Are you still proud of your beauty? And that's the story's cruel twist, isn't it? It's the same agonizing question her vengeful spirit is now forced to ask her victims for all of eternity. So, let's go back to that panic in the 1970s. After months of terrorizing the entire nation, something really strange happened. The sightings, the scary stories, the fear, it all just stopped. She simply vanished. No one knows what her purpose was in coming back, and nobody knows why she left. The slit-mouthed woman who brought Japan to its knees just disappeared from the streets as mysteriously as she had arrived. Which leaves us with one final haunting thought. If you ever find yourself on a lonely street and a woman in a surgical mask blocks your path,
Will you have the courage to ask her the one question nobody knows the answer to? Why did she leave Japan? And more importantly, would you even survive to tell us the answer?